Hello aspirants, welcome to Bank Geology channel. A detailed information about internal structure of the earth layers. Bank Geology, basics for any geology exam, do subscribe. So, first one is oceanic crust. Actually, oceanic crust is high density and low buoyancy, and continental crust is high buoyancy, low density. So, you can see here ocean crust is composed of largely dark colored and mafic rocks like MgO, magnesium, ferrous, and CaO. So, the elevated iron FeO content is responsible for both dark color and elevated density of oceanic crust. So, the elevated density of ocean crust is the reason of Fe content, iron. Ocean crust is thin. The depth to the Moho average 5 to 7 kilometers. Under some oceanic islands, its thickness reaches to 18 kilometers. Ocean crust consists principally of rocks such as basalt and gabbro, composed largely of minerals like pyroxene and calcic plagioclase. Okay. Oceanic crust consists of basalt and gabbro, minerals, composed minerals, pyroxene and calcic plagioclase. The oldest ocean crust is less than 180 million years old. The oldest ocean crust is less than 180 million years old. Occurs along the western Pacific Ocean. What is the ophiolites? Ophiolites may be slices of ocean crust thrust on the continent margins. This means it is the maybe ocean crust has largely been destroyed by subduction. Some fragments are preserved in the form of ophiolites. Okay, some destroyed subducted plates are ocean plates are preserved in the form of ophiolites. See here, ophiolites may be slices of oceanic crust, okay, thrust onto content margins, and if so provide evidence for the existence of precambrian oceanic crust. Okay, existed in the form of ophiolites. Precambrian oceanic crust existed in the form of ophiolites. Okay, next, continental crust. Continental crust can be generalized as granitic. Oceanic crust is basaltic. Continental crust can be generalized as granitic in composition, enriched in K2O, Na2O, and silica relative to average crust. Okay, granites and related rocks tend to be light colored, lower density. That is why high buoyancy, lower density, high buoyancy. Felsic rocks rich in quartz and potassium and sodium phosphorus. Okay. Granites and related rocks tend to be light colored, lower density, felsic rocks rich in quartz and potassium and sodium phosphorus. Much thicker than oceanic crust. Actually, oceanic crust is thinner. Continental crust is uh, much thicker. The depth to the Moho average 30 kilometers, and areas of very high elevation such as Himalayas areas, it reaches thickness approaches to 80 kilometers. Okay, 80 kilometers. Next, the greater thickness and lower density of continental crust make it more buoyant than ocean crust. See here, the great thickness and lower density crust make it more buoyant than oceanic crust. Okay, earth mantle. It constitutes 83% of total earth volume. Okay, crust constitutes 1% of the earth volume, and earth mantles constitutes 83% of the earth's total volume. The mantle is distinguished from the crust by being very rich in MgO, 30 to 40%. Okay, why mantle and crust separated? The reason is MgO, very rich in MgO and to a lesser extent in FeO. It contains an average of approximately 40 to 45%, which means it has an ultra basic composition. This means MgO rich in 30 to 40% and less extent in FeO. This composition is directly ultra basic composition. That's why distinguished from the crust. Two different compositions. Okay, ultra basic composition. Next point, some basic rocks such as eclogite occur in proportions in the upper mantle depths to 400 kilometers. The silicate minerals like alvin and pyroxene are dominant in upper mantle. Okay, remember alvin and pyroxene dominant in upper mantle. Spinel and plagioclase and garnet are locally common. Spinel, plagioclase, garnet are common, and alvin and pyroxene dominant. These minerals combine to produce dark colored ultramafic rocks such as peridotite. Okay, see here diagram, P wave velocity, P wave, you can see P wave slowly raised from lithosphere or crust to mantle. It reaches 6 to 14. Then in here mantle, core mantle boundary or Gutenberg layer 2900 kilometers. So here it is fall from 14 to 6, 14 to 7, 8. Then again raised from core mantle bond to layman discontinuity. Then again 13 to 8 to 12. Then it rise to 12 to 13 in core and inner core. So we will discuss about it after. Upper mantle and transition zone. Upper mantle and transition zone. The uppermost part of the mantle and the crust together constitute the relatively rigid lithosphere, which is strong enough to rupture in response to stress. It is the sites of most earthquakes. It is the lithosphere is the sites of more earthquakes. It broken into large fragments called plates. Broken into large fragments called plates. Okay, the uppermost part of the mantle and crust together constitute the relatively rigid lithosphere. Its thickness is 100 kilometers. Okay, its composition or its mechanical properties enough to rupture in response to stress. That's why it's the sites of most earthquakes and broken into large fragments. Low velocity zone 100 to 250 kilometers. See in diagram, low velocity zone 100 to 250 kilometers after the lithosphere is the low velocity zone. In the low velocity zone, see here P wave velocity graph you can observe here. Okay, below the low velocity zone 250 to 410 kilometers, seismic wave velocities increase, indicating that materials are more rigid solids. What is saying, after the 250 to 410 kilometers, rise the P velocity. Okay, P wave velocity, because of its rigid, because of materials are more rigid solids. The interval between the depths of 410 and 616 is transition zone. See, 410 to 660 kilometers is called transition zone. Okay, at 410 kilometers, alvin is transformed to spinel, also known as Wadley-site, where it means 410. Here, alvin is transformed to spinel, also known as Wadley-site. At 410 kilometers, alvin is transformed to spinel. This is also known as Wadley-site. Wadley-site is transformed into ringwoodite. garnet are converted to perovskite. Okay, please remember. Lower mantle, perovskite, periclase, magnesiovite, stishovite, ferrite are major minerals in mesosphere. Mesosphere means lower mantle. Perovskite, periclase, magnesiovite, stishovite, and ferrite are major minerals in mesosphere or lower mantle, which extend from 660 kilometers to here to 2900 kilometers. Okay. Okay, this is called core boundary, mantle core boundary, or Gutenberg layer also. A complex zone near the core mantle boundary called D layer. A complex zone near the core mantle boundary called D layer. Okay, we can see also about D layer. D layer is a thin layer of about 100 to 200 kilometer line at the junction of core mantle boundary. The rocks are presented in semi-solid. Okay, this is about D layer. Next, earth core. Earth core consists primarily of iron 85% with smaller but significant amount of nickel 5%, iron 85%, and lighter elements such as hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen. Decrease in P wave velocity and the termination of S wave propagation occurs at the Gutenberg discontinuity. Decrease in P wave velocity. See here, earth core means here. Decrease in P wave velocity. Okay. Decrease in P wave velocity and the termination of S wave propagation occurs at the Gutenberg discontinuity. Gutenberg discontinuity is about where it is 2900 kilometers. So this is the Gutenberg discontinuity. Because S waves are not transmitted by non-rigid substance such as fluids, the outer core inferred to be a liquid. Okay, liquid. Inner core is solid. Outer core is liquid. That's why, because S waves are not transmitted by non-rigid substance such as fluids, the outer core inferred to be a liquid. Outer core is liquid. That's why S waves not propagated. Propagation occurs at the Gutenberg discontinuity. So S waves are not transmitted through outer core because of liquid decrease in then P waves are decreased. Okay, outer core density 10 to 12 kilometers. Outer core density is 10 to 12 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, 10 to 12 gram per centimeter cube. Outer core density. The outer and inner core separates by a Lyman discontinuity at 5150 kilometers. Okay, see here, this is the Lyman discontinuity. Lyman discontinuity at occur 5050 kilometers. See here a curve of the P wave velocity. Okay, is marked by rapid increase in P wave velocity. That is why that curve saying the rapid increase in P wave velocity, occurrence of low velocity as S waves, low velocity at S waves, and rapid increase in P wave velocity. Okay, the solid inner core density, outer core density 10 to 12 gram per centimeter cube. The inner core density 13 gram per centimeter cube. Magnetic studies suggest that Earth inner core also consists largely of iron with nickel, same like outer core. Inner core have also largely of iron with nickel and less oxygen, hydrogen, and sulfur than in the outer core. Same as iron, nickel, and less oxygen, hydrogen, and sulfur light elements. These light elements are lesser than in outer core. So that is why the both are separated. Lithosphere. Okay, these are the discontinuous or mechanical layers. Uh, Lithosphere is solid, rigid, and elastic properties consisting of crust and upper part of the mantle. We already discussed about this. Composition basalt. Lithosphere composition basalt. Density 3 to 3.5. All earthquakes, volcanic activity, and plate tectonics are restricted on this layer, only on this layer. Asthenosphere is the low velocity zone extend from 60 to 7 kilometers to till 100 to 300 kilometers. Asthenosphere is non-rigid, semi-solid, and so plastic properties. Convection is the dominant mode of heat transfer causes to plate movement. Convection is the dominant mode of heat transfer causes plate movement. S waves cannot travel and seismic waves slow down. S waves cannot travel on this layer and seismic waves slow down. So it is called low velocity zone. Okay, next. Conrad discontinuity. These are the from this. This is the Conrad discontinuity. The boundary separates the CL and SEMA. Okay, a boundary separates the SEMA and CL. Sorry, CL and SEMA called Conrad discontinuity at 11 kilometers. Okay, at 11 kilometers. Okay. Next, that can be detected seismically at about 10 to 11 to 10 to 12 kilometers. Okay. The Moho, next discontinuity. This Moho separates the Conrad discontinuity separates the CL and SEMA. The total CL and SEMA combine to form crust. The crust and mantle separates the next layer. Mantle separates by a discontinuity called Moho because of the ultra basic composition. They both are distinguished because of the ultra basic composition of the mantle, so separated by a discontinuity called Moho. A sudden increases in p wave velocity from 6.5 to 8 km per second occurs from 10 to 12 kilometers beneath the oceans, 30 to 50 kilometers beneath the continents because of absence of CL. Okay. Transition zone. The rate of increase of seismic velocity within this layer greater than rate of increase of seismic velocity in other layer of the mantle. Okay. Gutenberg discontinuity, we already discussed about it. This is also called core mantle boundary or Gutenberg discontinuity. Lies at depth of 2900 km and has a radius of 3485 km. Most important and drastic compositional boundary within the earth. Okay. Abrupt fall in P and S wave velocities. Abrupt fall of P and S wave velocities. Then D layer. Okay. The end. Thank you, friends. This is the about detailed information about earth layers. So thank you. If you understand this, please comment and do subscribe and share with your geology aspirants and geology friends. Support me. Thank you.